Hi, I'm Indi, and on the weekend I went to shout someone a drink and then my card declined. So not only did they have to buy their own drink, they then had to shout me a drink as well.
Hi, I'm Beck, and when I can't afford to buy garlic bread, I put aioli on a slice of white toast. And tell you what, it tastes very, very similar.
And this is Cheapskates, where we loosely tell an outrageous story of a cheapskate. I love your idea about the garlic bread, but have you gone to one of the supermarket and got the big chunk of garlic bread for $3 or whatever it is?
Yes, because I feel like one garlic bread is one serve, you'll eat it, you maybe two serves. You might get 2 nights out of it.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, because the next day it's too crunchy and stale, whereas this is you can eat as you go.
Yes, and it's not the best, so you don't want to eat that much, and so just by default it does last a lot longer because it's kind of sickly,
Yeah.
So, but a regular garlic bread, it's so moreish, and so therefore you have a garlic bread, you just keep eating, and so probably the same amount of slices, but it's too sickly to have the aioli on white bread.
Not only is it a great thrifty tip, it's also great for nutrition. So you're not sitting eating a whole loaf of garlic bread.
Exactly right.
Which makes you clogged and really stinky.
Exactly right. And so that brings us, I suppose, to another tip. Eat the most or make the most disgusting foods ever. And then you save money. You also don't eat as much.
What a great tip.
Thank you.
Another great one from Beck.
Thank you. Thank you, Indiana.
Beck, what is your coffee order and why are you not embarrassed to ask for it publicly?
Oh, okay. It is a large, weak soy cap. And I just like soy milk. I really like hot soy milk. But I like the flavor of just a little bit dash of coffee. I don't really like the taste of coffee. If you do order a short black or a piccolo or a long black, I know what you're doing. You don't like it. You don't like the taste. Mm. It's just power move. And so that's my coffee order.
Sorry, you're missing one step.
Okay, go ahead.
Served in a dirty keep cup.
I served in a dirty keep cup.
Which adds a little extra.
It does, because there's a little bit of soy milk residue. So it's a little bit of cream on top. I really this is not a joke. I really like the skin on top of a soy milk.
Oh.
Yes. And so that's why I don't mind when the keep cup has some skin on it.
Yuck. That's great news. Okay, I've got a story today and it is about coffee.
Oh, I was wondering.
A passive-aggressive boss and an office revolution.
I love a revolution. I love a revolution. All right.
What's your favourite revolution?
Civic.
Okay, today's story takes place in a generic office building. So think uniformed office desks, grey partitions, matching chairs, and there's a crack of light from each window on either end of the building. That's about it.
Gorgeous.
Most people go to work, they wear dark colours to match how they feel when they rock up to work. And the only kind of individual thing you'll see is a quirky pen on someone's desk, or maybe a handmade frame made by a child, or somebody's put a printout that's stuck into their partition that says something about work hard and be nice to people.
Hang in there.
Hang in there, baby.
Happy hump day.
If you were in a job that you hated so much that you needed just a slice of positivity to get you through the day, what would be on your printout?
It really is genuinely comforting to know, and this is what I say to myself when times get tough. One day we'll all be dead. Every single one of us.
I agree, and it works when you've embarrassed yourself.
Yeah.
Or something terrible's happened. You're well, we'll literally all be in the ground at the same time together.
We will, all at the same time. That's crazy. Like a threat. All at the same time together?
Mm-hmm.
What are you planning?
So anyway, moving back to the printout that says, work hard and be nice to people. This is what Marie has put out on her desk. That's what she's got printed out and it sticks in her partition. And Marie's in her late 50s. She's got 2 grown-up kids and she'd never say it, but she has struggled to adjust since her and her husband became empty nesters.
Yes.
And she's been working this office job for the last 20 years. And no, it's not her passion, but my God, she loves knowing everything about this place and knowing everything about everybody. And she loves being the person that everyone turns to when they don't know something or they need help with something. And although she says, I'm just waiting for retirement and then thank God I'll be able to leave, she will miss the place because purpose.
It's her home. It's where she hangs her hat.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that takes us to Marie hanging her hat. 8:45 a.m. She arrives 15 minutes early so she can get settled.
Of course.
15 minutes of emails in the office before anybody gets in. So she walks in, she takes her scarf off, coat off, and just like hangs it off the back of her door, hangs it off the back of her chair is the word.
Yes.
She opens up her laptop, starts up her email, and then goes to the kitchen to make herself a coffee. She gets into the kitchen to make her first cup of coffee, and about 2 years ago, Marie started this petition in the office to get rid of the instant coffee and get like a Nespresso machine with Nespresso pods. So she ran the numbers and she made it work like budget-wise for the office and took it to leadership, and they were like, okay, approved. So she was a bit of a hero in that.
Yeah, okay. Pods, I didn't get them, but okay.
Well, easy, consistent for a workplace.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Have you ever tried to make changes in a workplace before? Any big life changes like getting a coffee machine installed?
A lot of times. I always try and make the world a better place. I wanted to do the meditation every week because I feel like that, I'm just judging by Japan, it works for something.
So you were trying to get a communal meditation
going.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to get one big jug of water for everyone to fill their bottles because I don't like the wastage of a plastic bottle of water. That didn't work. But actually not much else. I haven't really done much else.
Yes, that's great. Like it's
Thank you.
One big change for the workplace. Gosh, you're such a change maker.
I know.
And you would be a great asset to any office if anybody's hiring. Call Beck. She would be fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Although sometimes she does leave work to go do pottery, but that doesn't matter. Marie plods her way up the hallway in her orthopedic shoes until she reaches the kitchen. She opens up the cupboard and she reaches for her favorite mug, which is like this pink floral one that she's used for the last couple of years. She grabs it, grabs an espresso pod and goes to put it in. And then she sees this glass jar with a sign on it that says, Coffee Fund, $2 a cup. She's
okay.
like, what is going on here? She's like, this isn't an April Fool's joke. We're like in the middle of winter now. Can't be April Fool's. Must be a mix-up. So she walks back down. Oh, she makes her coffee anyway. Gosh, she's not missing out on her Nespresso coffee. She's been looking forward to it. She pours a cup and then she walks back to her desk and starts tapping away, writing an email. Tap, 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 tap. And it isn't long before Ellie approaches her.
Ellie
is in her early 20s.
Yes.
She's an admin assistant. She makes sure the paper's restocked. She actually makes sure that the Nespresso pods are restocked.
Well, someone's going to do it.
Exactly. And she's just the young vibey girl. Marie thinks that Ellie's always impeccably dressed. Sometimes a little bit too heavy on the eye makeup for an office job, Marie thinks. But she always calls her work mum or bestie. So Marie's got a real soft spot for Ellie.
Oh, gorgeous. And honestly, Marie, come on. They're always thinking about what other people are doing. Would you ever notice if someone's got too much eye makeup on? I don't think I would ever notice or care about that. You know? It's like, Marie, keep your mind in your own head. Wait, does that make sense?
Yeah.
And in your own body.
Yeah. Don't let it come out of your ears or your mouth.
Exactly.
Keep it in there.
What are you worried about?
I love that you already love Ellie and we know barely anything about her.
I love Ellie.
Is she hot? Probably.
No.
Ellie comes up to her desk and he's like, oh my God, Marie, have you seen the sign on the coffee machine? And Marie's like, I've seen it. I'm emailing Alistair now. Alistair is their boss and he was in his mid-40s and he's told everyone to call him AJ.
That's cool.
Because he's a cool boss.
Yeah, that's cool.
And Marie's like, no, if he wants to be taken seriously, he needs a professional name for a professional role. She doesn't like him much either. There's something about him she doesn't trust. He's too likable or something. Marie's sitting there finishing off her email to Alistair. She calls him Alistair. And a little group has formed around her desk as word's gotten out about this coffee machine and their $2 pods. And everyone's trying to figure out what's happening. after all this drama's happening where everyone in the office is being like, what's going on with the coffee machine? This is the biggest thing that's ever happened. Alistair, or AJ, struts into the office and he's like, good morning, everyone. He says with like a charismatic smile, and he maybe winks at someone and they faint because they're like, wow, he's so gorgeous and charismatic. I picture AJ as like not overly tall. He'd say he's 6 foot, but he's actually 5'10", which is a perfect height, dare I say. If you're 5'10", you're probably perfect.
That is a good height.
Perfect height.
And you're 5'10". Ah, wow.
I kind of see him as like a Tom Cruise type character.
Yes.
I'm not a big fan of Tom Cruise, but if you're a Scientologist and you're listening, of course I love Tom Cruise.
Of course. And Scientology. Love Scientology. You said.
No. You said.
Indi, I'm pretty sure.
No, I don't endorse or negate that at all.
We're completely different.
Okay.
Don't mind. Or you? I don't mind.
I want to move on.
Okay. She's scared. Hey, that's good.
So he comes in and tells everyone, like the company's having AJ comes in and tells everyone the company is having some tight budgeting at the moment. Now, don't fear because he's managed to secure everyone's jobs. However, a round of applause. Please,
oh my God, amazing.
For AJ. But now coffee's seen as a personal expense.
Yes.
So each time you use one of the Nespresso pods, you need to contribute $2. And now not many people carry cash in this day and age. You can have free coffee for today. Yes, what a hero. But as of tomorrow, $2 every time you want a coffee from the kitchen.
Okay.
And the room's a bit split. Like some people are like, oh, thank gosh, like you've secured our jobs. This is great. Thank you, AJ. You're amazing. And other people are like, well, that's our bloody coffee. That's annoying.
Yeah, okay.
How do you feel? You're sitting in this office. You're next to Marie and Ellie. How do you feel?
Well, I'm thinking they're making some profit because it is not $2 per pod, right? Unless it is $2 per pod.
Don't know.
I don't think it is. And so I'm like, no, $2? I would say I could pay cost price, sure. I just don't think it's $2. But yeah,
I think
but even
like
then,
$1 something. So maybe they've just rounded up.
Oh, I reckon. Yeah, okay. Well, if you're rounding up, then give us something else. Give us an Arnott's. This feels very like I feel I'm getting deja vu. But give us an Arnott's cream, of some kind. You know,
that's coming up in the story.
Is it actually?
Yeah, later.
Okay. Well,
yes, you want something.
I want something else, but I guess like is it really costing that much? How much is it costing? I'd be like, can you trim a bit off your charisma salary? Because first of all, charisma is a red flag, I think. And if you have charisma, you're probably getting paid very well.
If you have a personality, stop it.
Stop having a personality. Marie, she was right about him.
Yeah, and Marie's pissed.
Yeah, fair.
She's hates that AJ's patting himself on the back with this and that the people are on board with him and thinking that he's a hero. So she, excuse me, Alistair, and she calls him Alistair.
Good.
Even though he wants to be called AJ. She says, I petitioned for this coffee machine and I ran the numbers to make sure that it wasn't costing the business. I can rerun the numbers and I can make this work. I can make it work. And he's like, oh, Marie, thanks for chiming up and undermining me. No need to worry. I have looked through the numbers and this is just the only way forward. Thank you. Okay, bye, everybody. And Marie's like, how dare he undermine me? I've been here longer than him and I don't like this at all.
No.
She's like, all right, I'll let it slide today. But tomorrow, I'm coming in with a plan.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And she does. The next day, Marie arrives at her desk nice and early. She doesn't go to the kitchen at all. Instead, she sends a Slack message to Ellie, her little work bestie. She's like, let's go get a coffee across the road together today. And she also invites one of the guys next to her, like, oh, we're going to go get a coffee. So the three of them head out, come back about 20 minutes later. So they're back at about 9:20, 9:30. They come in with takeaway coffee cups. And everyone's like, oh, wow, what a great idea. It smells amazing. And then this builds what Marie calls her coffee strike.
Yes.
And she slowly starts getting in the ear of a few people, along with Ellie, because Ellie's got like a lot of influence over the young girls.
Mm-hmm.
They explained to them that like the only good thing about the Nespresso pods was that it was free and it was convenient. But now that you have to pay, why not pay a little bit more and get a barista-made coffee and go out and get some fresh air?
Yeah. I like this.
So Marie's coffee strike, like over the next week or two, her coffee strike grows. Like almost everyone in the office gets in at work at 9 a.m. They all kind of like mosey on down to the cafe, order a coffee, have a chat, and then they all arrive about 9:30 a.m.-ish.
Mhm.
If you're AJ, you're the boss, and you've got people wasting half an hour of the first half of their day, how do you feel?
Oh my God, I do not care. I do not care. I don't understand the whole like, it seems arbitrary. You get there 9, you get there 9:30, you get there 10 o'clock. I don't care. It's your workload. You deal with whatever you got to do. And if you're going to get it done by the end of the day, or even if you want to go home and do it, I don't care. You work whenever you want to work. But I know AJ seems like the type who's going to be on that, because half an hour in the morning to make yourself feel good and ready for the day. Sorry, he's not going to like that.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's all about productivity, and I don't like it.
Nailed it. And Marie kind of likes the idea that she knows that this will be annoying AJ. She can't help herself. She like pops her head into the office. She pops her head into the kitchen and sees there's like $6 measly in the bottom of the jar, meaning like 3 people have bought a coffee. Alistair is watching this closely, and he sort of doesn't like that, one, this is happening, and also that Marie has managed to get the whole office to sort of go against him. So one morning, after everyone has come back from their coffee strike outing, AJ struts out again in his little pants and winks at someone, and she faints and dies on the ground. Oh my gosh, gorgeous AJ's here. And he comes with his dazzling smile and, good morning, everyone, reiterates, tight budgets, blah, blah, blah. But also, head offices run numbers, and over the last couple of weeks, our productivity is way down, really way down. So it's not up to me, but head office has said that, we are under a lot of pressure, so we're going to have to cut the coffee breaks. You can do it, but outside of work hours, you can't be going to get coffee on work hours. And, it's affecting productivity and profits, which is the 2 big P words in business.
That's all that matters, not the other P word.
But lucky for him,
people.
But thank goodness for kind, lovely, gorgeous AJ.
Of course.
He's gone and bought a packet of Arnott's assorted cream biscuits that you can have with your $2 coffee. Beck, the most important question.
Yeah.
What is the best biscuit in the Arnott's assorted creams?
It changes year by year for me. But I should say first, when you're a baby, it's Kingston, of course. And then it's shortbread cream. And then I don't think I have the names right, and then it's Delta. And then it's orange cream. And then it's Monte Carlo.
Correct.
In the age
How
world.
old are you? Wait, how old do you have to be to like Monte Carlo?
30, at least 30.
Okay, checks out. So is it Monte Carlo from 30 till you die?
30 till you die, but you do dabble in orange cream after 30 as well, for sure.
Can you tell me some of the age range?
Yes, of course. So before 16, Kingston. 16 to 20, Delta cream. That's the chalky one. 20 to 25, the shortbread, those square ones. 25 to 30, orange cream, but you're embarrassed about it. And then 30 and beyond, Monte Carlo.
With a dash of orange cream in there.
With a dash of orange cream every now and then. But you're not embarrassed anymore.
That's beautiful. No one knows more about their Arnott's assorted cream than you.
No, that's exactly right.
So the rest of the staff are like, oh, that's so nice. We love Monte Carlos.
Oh,
That's most of the office, but Ali and her friends like they're probably in their orange cream.
well, they're almost,
They're
still in their Delta cream. They're still
in
in
their
their
Delta cream
Exactly.
stage. Most of the staff are like, oh, that's so nice of AJ. Like, oh, he's really trying to help us out in a position. Turn to Marie, and she's standing there. She's fucking fuming. Not only has he won this weird fight that they're having, I suppose, but she's also he's won the staff back, which is so annoying. Without the staff, what does Marie have?
Nothing.
So the next week, she arrives at work at 9 a.m. on the dot. None of this 15 minutes early to go for her email stuff. And she gets there and there's a takeaway coffee on her desk with a sign that says, a little sticky note that says, I'm not paying for his coffee. Love heart, Ellie.
Oh, Ali, ally.
But like, what are the traits, what are the important traits of a work bestie? What must they have?
Like, I think like equal parts, because you are my favorite work bestie. And I know that's probably the first time I told you that, but
Depending on the day.
But I think it's a combination of like not fully paying attention to you, because I feel like we kind of just want to we want to work, we want to coexist, but we don't want to have to fully engage the whole day.
Yeah.
Because then we won't get work done. So a combination of you like not ever paying attention to me and vice versa.
A lot of one-sided conversations.
One-sided conversations. You have to know when they actually want to be taken, well, they actually want to be listened to. Because a lot of the time you do need listening to or response from me. And I think and so I never ever listened or responded to you. And I think that what's made us really work well.
I always am after someone that's making me work hard, you know?
Yes.
If someone's not making me work for their love, I don't want it. It's similar to Ellie and Marie, but maybe not so much. But this little act from Ellie with the takeaway coffee gets Marie motivated. And she's like, I was about to give up. I'm not giving up. I'm going to win this weird battle thing that I'm having at work.
Yeah.
So that night, she goes home. She's digging through like her Tupperware cupboard and she digs past the slow cooker and then she finds her old French press.
Yay.
So the next morning, she gets to work early. She goes to the cafe. She orders some ground coffee beans and then she goes and sets it up in the kitchen. She sits down at her computer, types out this like passive-aggressive email of like, oh, I know that we're having such tight budgeting issues at the moment and I really don't think the first thing that should go is things for the employees. So what I've done is I've brought in my old French press and I'm donating some ground coffee beans, which I'll do every now and then.
Oh,
and
gorgeous.
Everyone's like, wow. She's like the office hero. People are coming over and like, oh my God, high-fiving her. Like, oh, Marie, you're so great. And Allie's like, oh my gosh, Marie, slay, bestie, queen, love you.
Gorgeous. I love Ellie.
So this happens, midweek. But by the end of the week, an email goes out from AJ. All staff email. What do you think it says?
Well, this is a thing that's like, why does he care so much if it's costing the company more money to use the pods? Why do he want people to use the pods, So I think he's saying like, use the pods so that we can use them all up and then you can use the French press.
Lovely.
Is that right?
No.
Okay.
So an email arrives in Marie's inbox around 9:05. It's from Alistair, but it's addressed to every single person in the company, in the office. And it's informing that, yes, the staff member who decided to bring in their French press from home and donate the coffee beans it was such a kind gesture of that staff member to do that. However, because we're still using the hot water and the energy of the workplace and there's still a tight budget, we would still like a $2 utility fee every time you fill up the French press.
No. That's wild.
Marie immediately gets a Slack message from Ellie that just says, fuckwit.
Oh, perfect.
What would you do? You're Marie in this situation. What are you doing?
Well, you just quit. I would just quit on the spot, which hasn't worked well in the past. But I think that you'd surely just like, you strike. Utility fee is crazy.
Marie is pissed. She's like seeing red. She's fuming. She's like, that is my machine and I'm going to continue to use it and not pay for the fucking water or the energy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing a good thing. You small, charismatic piece of shit. Like, let me use my fucking machine.
Take it home at that point, surely.
Well, every morning she gets in first and she fills up the French press so everybody can use it.
Perfect.
She doesn't put money in the thing because
No.
she's like, this is my thing. It's the wear and tear on my machine. Get stuffed. And so she does that every morning. She gets in early, puts a pot of coffee on for everybody, and she never pays.
She could bring her hot water from home. I would do that.
I mean, it might be cool by the time she gets to work, but
in a thermos.
That's so smart.
Yeah, I know.
One day she gets like summons to Alistair's office.
Mm-hmm. It's about time.
So he brings her in and like gestures to the chair over the other side of the desk and is like, oh, Marie, sit down. And he's like, flashing his pearly whites and turning on his charm with like a little evil look in his eye. And he's kind of like saying, you know, we're aware that you're not abiding by the new rules in the kitchen. So technically this is stealing. So this is an official warning.
Oh,
This is where Marie says, Alistair, thank you. I'm actually putting in my 2 weeks notice right now.
yes.
I'm taking 2 weeks sick leave. I will get you a doctor's note. I'm taking my French press. She packs up her desk and she's out of there.
Good.
She feels
Good.
great, but then also a bit like, oh shit, I've lost this round. But then also like, well, who cares? Surely I don't need to work anymore. I don't need to put up with this shit. And then about 2 weeks later, Marie ends up with a parcel at her door. So weird. She opens it up and there's like 100 Nespresso pods in there, like all in their individual packaging. She's like, what is going on here? And then a month later, the same thing happens. She doesn't have an espresso machine, but these pods just keep coming. And then one day she gets a call from Ellie. And Ellie's like, oh, Marie, work mum, bestie, love you, miss you. Just so you know, I've quit and I've also just recently finished up. And they're chatting back and forth about what Ellie's plans are. And, you know, she's young, she's vibey, she's employable. She doesn't need to worry about anything. And then she goes, oh, Marie, have you got anything? She's like, what do you mean? And then Ellie's like, have you got a parcel yet? And Marie said, yeah, weirdly, I've been getting all these Nespresso pods at my door. And Ellie said, yeah, before I left, I just rerouted our Nespresso pods to your address. And she's like, and I'm the one who did it and they haven't replaced me. And it's going to take ages to figure it out. So you'll probably end up every month getting 100 Nespresso pods
Oh my God.
on your doorstep.
Yes, bitch. That's so good.
Marie didn't set it up, so she hasn't stolen.
Oh my God, that's so good. Oh my God, I love revenge. I love a bit of revenge. But do you think she could go to jail for that?
I don't know if anyone's gone to jail over Nespresso pods. No fucking white woman called Marie has gone to jail over Nespresso pods. Beck.
Yeah.
You've been summoned to court. Thank you so much for being with us today for unpaid parking fines to the total of $20,000.
Yes.
I, as the judge, Beck, you have 60 seconds to convince the courtroom to wipe your fines and to also stop jail time.
Okay.
Time starts now.
Hopefully someone from Vic Fines actually listens to this because really it's a problem with the world. First of all, nobody owns – well, somebody does own the land. The Indigenous people own the land. We can't monetize a place to hang our hat. How can we justify that? Also, the amount of money that you get fined is just unjustifiable. It's like I'm not endangering anyone. Also, the speed limit thing. I know we're talking about parking fine, but speeding. If you're going with the flow of the traffic, and so you're just not paying attention, but you're like 1 or 2 kilometers over, $500. I just think that is ridiculous. So really, how can you justify the cost? And also, how can you justify making someone pay to sit and stand and exist in a space?
Okay, time is up.
Okay.
Time is up. Thank you. You do raise several good points that are sort of off topic. But I'm sorry, you are going to jail.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening, Cheapskates. Yeah, that's all. Anything you'd like to add?
That's all from me.
And that's
And
all
you?
from me.
Thank you for listening.